Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to a creepy book club. I feel like every time I do a creepy book club, I always say it's been so long since I've done a creepy book club. Man, I'm gonna be talking about Hex by Thomas Oldhoyvelt. I know I said this one right. I looked up how to say it. Hex, very cool cover. I think I'm going to start reading the summary, the inside cover maybe, for my creepy book club reviews, because I feel like I do a really bad job at summarizing books. Whoever is born here is doomed to stay till death. Whoever settles never leaves. Welcome to Black Spring, the seemingly picturesque Hudson Valley town haunted by the Black Rock Witch, a 17th century woman whose eyes and mouth are sewn shut. Muzzled, she walks through the streets and enters homes at will. She stands next to children's bed for nights on end. Everybody knows that her eyes may never be opened or the consequences will be too terrible to bear. Sorry, I can't read. Maybe I shouldn't do this. The elders of Black Spring have virtually quarantined the town by using high-tech surveillance to prevent their curse from spreading. Frustrated by being kept in lockdown, the town's teenagers decide to break their strict regulations and go viral with the haunting. But in doing so, they send the town spiraling into dark medieval practices of the distant past. This chilling novel heralds the arrival of an exciting new voice in mainstream horror dark fantasy. That's what Hex is about. Very Stephen King-esque. You know, the idea of like a small town, seemingly normal town with a dark, sinister, unique quality, secret, something about it. Sounds like a Stephen King novel. I can definitely tell the influences in that. Not that it's a bad thing, just saying. So what I liked about it, good, unique premise. I thought I just thought it was a really unique story, and that's what got me to pick it up when I read the inside cover. I like the mixture of modern technology and the 17th century, like, Puritan Salem witch trial-y ideals. Like it said in the little inside cover, the teenagers are very frustrated with this isolated town. Basically what happens is once you've seen the Black Walk Witch, once you've seen the Black Rock Witch, God, that's gonna be hard. I gotta make sure. Her name is Catherine. I'm gonna refer to her as Catherine. That's gonna be so much easier. Once you've seen Catherine, you're part of the curse now. You're part of the town's curse, so you can't leave the town. And I'm gonna choose not to give away how she keeps people from leaving the town. I'm gonna keep that one. I'll keep that one secret. You can find out when you read it. Don't want to give too much away. So once you've seen her, you are, like it said, essentially doomed to live in Black Rock for the rest of your life. So that kind of brings up a point of conflict with the children who are born into Black Spring. And there's definitely conflict, like, within the adults, like whether they, you know, once they're stuck in that town, like, should they bring children into this world, like, knowing that they're never going to be able to leave, yada, yada, yada. But like I said, I like the mix of modern technology and the medieval kind of practices and ideals. And as the book goes on and as people get more and more afraid, they kind of revert back to those medieval practices, and they kind of turn into evil monsters themselves. So they're all afraid of this witch. And there's definitely a theme in there of the inherent evil in all of us, just in mankind itself, and the danger that mankind presents to itself. Like, we don't just need to be afraid of the other, we need to be afraid of ourselves and what we can do when we're backed into a corner and we're frightened. And I think just watching the news on any given day can tell you the horrible things that people can do when they're afraid. So I definitely like that. I felt it spoke very well to this day and age. I think it fits really well, and there's a lot to connect with. And it's a nice slow build, but it's not too slow. Like, it's a very steady build of tension and creeps and spooks. So when we get to the conflict, like, you're really on edge. So it's a slow burn, but it's like the good, it's the best kind of slow burn. The only thing I didn't like about it is the ending. The ending itself, like the very ending, is ambiguous, which I thought was fine. I didn't have a problem with that. The only thing I wanted a little more closure on was the witch. That's the only thing I wanted a little more closure on, which I can't really say anything more than that because I'll give like everything away, which I don't want to do. But this book originally came out in the Netherlands. So the Dutch version is the Dutch ending. Well, the Dutch version is, I've read, is slightly different in like little details, basically like where it's set. Obviously the Dutch version is set in the Netherlands, whereas it's been changed in the English version to be set in a New England town in the United States. So there's minor differences there just based on geography and culture. But the ending is slightly different, and I did look up the ending. It's kind of hard to find. You have, like, I had to read like some forums and stuff, somebody that read the Dutch version and shared it. So I did read about the ending of the Dutch version. I think I'm more satisfied with the English ending. I think if they had kept the Dutch ending the same, I think I would have hated it more. I think I would have hated the ending more, which I didn't hate the ending. I think I definitely would have hated it if it was the Dutch version. Definitely recommend, if you do end up reading this, go find the Dutch version. Or if you have read it and you don't know, I can point you to the link somewhere down below. I'll send it to you or something like that so you can see for yourself. Yeah, so why should you read it? It is spooky as fuck. It's really good. Yeah, it's unique concept. If you're a fan of Stephen King's novels, movies, like his storytelling, I think you're really gonna enjoy this. So I'm gonna give it a rating. I was debating like how to do the creepy book clubs now that I've kind of incorporated ratings, and I'm not gonna come up with a whole new rating system just for the books. I'm gonna give it a Fangtastic. Like, it was fucking awesome. I'm really glad I read it. Definitely warrants subsequent readings. It's definitely one of those, like, when you know the ending and you know certain things, like going back to reread it, kind of brings you like a second wind of joy reading it again. So 10 out of 10, do recommend. I've done this a few times before where I let you know what I'm currently reading, so if you want to be prepared for my next creepy book club, you can read along. This one is definitely a little bit shorter. Right now I'm reading The Vegetarian by Han Kang, which I got as a Christmas present from my brother, which is, he basically prefaced me opening this present with like, this is the perfect book for me, which it is. It's creepy, South Korean, and about a lady that goes vegan. Even though it's called The Vegetarian, she gives up all animal products. That's vegan. Maybe they just don't have a word for it in South Korea. So if you want to read that, that will be my next creepy book club. So yeah, if you've read Hex, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. As always, feel free to leave me suggestions for any other creepy book club, movie review, any other kind of video that you'd like to see on this channel. And until next time, stay strange. Bye!